Ladies and gentlemen, I am excited to share this message with y'all today. A lot of people have been really big on this topic for a long time, especially after a certain movie hit Netflix called The Secret. And I watched it myself, and I actually began to do a deeper dive into what they call the law of attraction. And first of all, what I want to say in the very beginning of this is the law of attraction real? Yes, I believe it's real. And it ties back to even looking at what the law of attraction really is. So, the law of attraction is universal laws that God has made and put in place, and it is principles that He created, and He allowed man or woman to figure them out, and He revealed it to them, and then people put titles on it, and then that's what they've been doing for a very long time. The law of attraction has been around since the beginning of time. It's just that people have been getting more and more into it as time goes on. And when we dive into it, I want to go and even start off by saying, even when you begin to study thermodynamics, it talks about energy, and it says how energy is not created and it's not destroyed. So therefore, everything is energy. God says there's never been one before me and there'll never be one after me. He is the ultimate source of energy. So thermodynamics, look into it, look into energy. You can find more about that. And even when it comes time to one of the people that a lot of people reference in life to gain all their wisdom from, ended up being, Albert Einstein, a brilliant mind. He even said after further studies in everything that he looked into for science and everything, he said it was undeniable that he couldn't deny that all of this was created. And it was not just by chance. So even he ended up admitting and realizing that, yes, there is God. God is real. Albert Einstein, folks. So law of attraction, in short, is that you are able to manifest into your life what you think about. So this ends up being the law of attraction. What we think about, we can bring into our lives. So if we focus on it enough, we can bring it into our lives. That's not it. So when I watched The Secret, they left out some of the biggest keys about the law of attraction. So when you dive in and you learn about the laws of the universe, the law of attraction, yes, it is what they say. What you think about most, you attract. But the other big piece is the law of vibration. The law of vibration shows and goes back to why I brought up the thermodynamics of energy. Thermodynamics, energy is not created or nor can it be destroyed. And then the law of vibration speaks and talks about how everything is in motion always. Everything is on different frequencies. And in order to go and get what you want, the type of person you want, the type of job you want, the type of career you want, the type of mindset you want, you have to get on the same frequency. So how do you get on the same frequency? We'll get into that. But when you go and break it down, you end up seeing that the law of attraction is the verb of the law of vibration. So you take the law of vibration and then you think about the law of attraction. What's at the end of the law of attraction? Action. It is the action of the law of vibration. So if you are not putting the two together and you're not making it work, it's not going to work for you. So in a sense, again, back to the foundation, the Bible, it says faith without works is dead. So the law of attraction without the law of vibration is dead. You have to have both in order to make it work. Now, another piece about this, there's the law of expectation. The law of expectation ends up being whatever you expect to happen is going to happen. So if you expect positive results, positive things are going to happen. If you expect negative results are going to happen. So you end up attracting all of this in your mind. The law of attraction, the type of people you attract. I've spoken in other videos. If you're always experiencing toxic people and people that let you down and people that ain't no good, well, it's probably because you're keeping it in your mind and you are attracting what you're always thinking about. You may want different, but what is your mind focused on? A lot of us want a higher paid job, but you are constantly focused on the struggles of money where you're at. So you want somebody that's going to treat you right in a relationship, but you're constantly focused on all the negativity and bad issues that you've been with in your past from past relationships. You want to see the world a better place, but always on the news and the media, what they're feeding your mind is wars and riots and negativity and people hating each other. So what consumes your mind is what consumes you. I've spoken this before. What you consume most will consume you. So whatever is consuming your mind is what's going to consume the world around you. So the law of attraction is the action of the law of vibration. And then also the law of expectation has to be in the cycle. Because if you're expecting great things, now that's getting you up on that vibration of great things. And then now you're going to be able to attract those good things to you. Because if you are just knowing about the law of vibration, okay, the law of vibration is what you are, where you are right now. The law of vibration is matching whatever you are. If you ever hear people say, oh, I match energies. Well, yeah, just because you understand the law of vibration doesn't mean you got the right energy that you want to bring into your life. People don't want a sorrowful, shameful, negative life. They want great things. They want to manifest amazing things. But unless you get these in order, you're going to manifest headaches and disappointment. And now that leads me to the very most important piece of this whole puzzle. The very first law of the universe. It says divine oneness. That means being in one, in alignment with God. So if you ain't having Jesus in your life, again, Romans 8:28 says, all things work together for those who love the Lord and do according to his will. So tie it all together. You want to go and attract what you want in this life. You got to be on the vibration of it, and you got to expect great things, and you need to be aligned with the divine oneness in your life. See, these all things work together. Everything is a process. Everything is in steps. You can't just think, oh, I'm hungry, food. No, you have to go through the process. You have to get up. You have to go into action. You have to go and buy the food. You have to have the money. You have to be attracting the amount of money you need to buy the food that you desire. You have to bring it back. You have to cook it. Then you have to wait for it to cool, and then you eat it. It is all a process, and it all goes into what you're wanting, and what you're getting goes into still being the process of what you are attracting. No, if you want to stop eating ramen noodles, you have to go and make up in your mind, I expect to eat greater. I am expecting it. So now I want to be able to afford more than ramen. So now I need to put into action that I know the law of vibration says if I want to get on a $100 status or $1,000 status or $10,000 or $1 million status, I have to start moving at the vibration of these high, well-paid people, entrepreneurs, business owners, or whatever they may be selling or whatever industry they're in. If they're making a higher income and I want to get off of ramen noodles and I want to start having steak and lobster, I need to get around these people who are eating the steak and lobster, and I need to see the actions that they are taking so I can get on their vibe. So I can get on their vibe. You know, people say, oh man, hey, he's a vibe, or she's a vibe, or man, I'm not feeling your vibe. It's a vibration. Another part of it is your personality, is your attitude. So when it goes into vibration and expectation and the law of attraction, again, you will have to go and look at who you put yourself around. Who are the people that you have in your life? Who are your friends? Who are your circle? Are they negative Nancy's? Are they, terrible Tommies? Are they these people that are always negative in life and they don't expect great? If those people are around you, that's who you're having. Guess what? You're going to be matching their energy. You're going to be matching their vibe. You're going to be going in now in the same type of attraction that they are attracting because you are with them, they are with you. You have put yourself in the same atmosphere with them. And so you're going to continue to be in a cycle. You're going to continue. That's why they say, if you show me your friends, I'll show you your future. That's exactly what that is, because if they can go and look at your friends and see who they already know what you're attracting, what they are attracting, and you're just going to stay in a cycle feeding off of each other. So this goes a lot deeper than just understanding the law of vibration, the law of attraction, and the law of expectation, being in alignment with divine oneness, the very first law, because it goes into every area of your life. What are you watching? Movies, TV. What are you spending your time on? Are you coming home and you're continuing to self-educate, or are you jumping right onto TV, right onto YouTube, right onto Netflix, and you're not learning, you're not continuously growing? If you want to get to $1 million status life or $1 billion status life because you want to get off of ramen, you want to get off of hot dogs, and this is not saying anybody that's eating that stuff is wrong. I'm just saying if you have a desire to want more, this is what you need to do. You have to begin to do more. Again, faith without works is dead. If you don't put in the action with the law of attraction, of the law of vibration, and implement the law of expectation and want greater, it's not going to work for you. That's the thing, that in The Secret, it just kept talking about the law of attraction, law of attraction. And a lot of people make these things seem spooky and like all mystic and mysterious, and it's not. Now, again, divine oneness. You figure out who the divine oneness is. Jesus, the Bible, again, foundation, Old Testament, New Testament, points all to him being God. So that's another video. But if you're not connected to the main source, you're going to continue to find yourself plugged into some other resources that act like the main source, and you're not going to end up still getting what you want. And this is the thing, is that the principles of God, the law of attraction, and all these other laws, everybody has access to them. This is how people can find themselves in a deep, dark hole, because if you don't operate in the divine oneness and knowing who the ultimate source is, you can get plugged in to some other craziness that you don't want to get plugged into, and you're going to think it's God. Just like it goes and talks about in the Bible when the devil took Jesus up to the mountain, he said, I can give you all of these nations. He has access to some things. And if you see people in the world, a lot of people that are living wicked, but they're also living with a lot of money, there is a certain God of this world that is funding them, because the principles of God work just like grace and mercy. So grace and mercy, the Satanist has it. Grace and mercy, the agnostic has it. Grace and mercy, the atheist has it. Even if they don't realize it, every single day they wake up, guess what? They just tapped into it. Because living by grace and mercy, it is a blessing that you woke up, you still have life. You still get God's love every single day. That's what's so amazing about Jesus. Even if you don't love him, you hate him, and you are riding with the complete opposite team, he still has that unconditional love for you. So there is a piece that if you're not plugged into the right divine source, you will be plugged into a resource. It's like I've told people before, is that picture yourself, you have your phone's about to die, and you have your phone charger, and you walk up to a wall completely full of outlets, and they all try to imitate and look just like another one, but there's only one that actually is the source to the true power that your phone needs. But every other outlet is a lookalike and has false power, but it's making you believe it's an outlet. You better make sure that you plug into the right outlet. Otherwise, your phone is going to die. In short, same thing in life. You better make sure you're plugged into the right source, or otherwise you're going to die inside. Life is going to be a struggle, and you're going to continue to feed off of resources instead of the source, and you're never going to truly manifest anything but headaches and heartbreaks all your life. So again, thermodynamics, energy, never created, never destroyed. It's been God the whole time. The law of attraction. Yes, it works. Yes, it's real. In prayer, I pray. I've prayed for things in detail, and I have got exactly what I wanted, but I ended up working for it and preparing for it. Even when I didn't realize exactly what I was going to need, I knew what I wanted, and I continued to prepare for what it was in my mind in just the big picture. It was the law of attraction in action. And then I was matching the vibration because I was working towards it. And I had a positive expectation of getting it and achieving it. Because I've been telling people this for years. See it, believe it, receive it. You got to see it up here. You got to believe it up here and out here. And then you will receive it in reality. Another piece is that even going back to the foundation, I even got it down here. Even into, again, the foundation, the Bible. You go and look in Matthew and in Mark. When Jesus talks about praying, he says, when you pray, believe that it's already yours and you will receive it. That right there is literally the laws of the universe. He says, in prayer, you are praying. You are praying. You are focusing in. You are focused. You are attracting. You are getting on yourself on the law of attraction. And then he says, when you pray, believe that it's yours. Now I'm going through a process of I'm believing. Okay, it is an enthusiasm. Again, Albert Einstein said one of the greatest pieces of the law of attraction is enthusiasm. A lot of people go through life, they have no enthusiasm because they expect negative results. Their vibe is very low. If your vibe is low, you're going to attract negative things. If your vibe is high, like mine, you're going to attract good things. But even Jesus said, when you pray, believe that it's already yours. So now I'm believing, and if I'm believing it, I am getting enthused because it is mine. It is mine. Now I'm enthused because it's something new. It is a new success on the way, a new level of success. So now I am excited about this coming. I am expecting it now. And then you go, and he says, believe that it's already yours and you will receive it. So now the law of attraction finishes and you ended up receiving it. The law of attraction, ladies and gentlemen, is the action of the law of vibration, and you must have the law of expectation, and you must be expecting great things and positive results. And you will continue to get what you need and get what you want, and be sure that you put into the first act of the law of the universe and being in line with divine oneness. You can't have the change you want until you change yourself, but you can do it. Warriors, let's go.